Good morning.
Good morning.
And happy Easter. It's so wonderful to see all of you here today. So welcome to Unity of Palmyra, where centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. We are an open and affirming community. We love you exactly as you are in all of your magnificent glory. And we're so happy that you are here to share this day of celebration, this day of new life and of rebirth, which don't we all need right now, right? So let's take a nice big deep breath. I feel short today because I'm not up on the platform, but hopefully y'all can see me. So let's breathe together. As we just bask in the energy in this room, as we give ourselves just such a wonderful gift of coming apart for a while, of letting go of what was and what will be, no regrets, no worries, no to-do lists. Your Easter dinner will be fine. Right now, we are just here, because here is where joy is. Here is where love and wisdom and compassion are. Right here, right now. And so we cherish this time together every week. And we enter into this experience together with gratitude as we say thank you for this time that we have chosen to be here. Whether you are in this sanctuary or you are watching us online, you have made this time sacred. And so we take this time to remember the truth of who we are, that we are spiritual beings having an incredibly human experience. We also say thank you for whatever space you are in, whether it's here in our beautiful sanctuary, or you are celebrating with us through the ethers, as Charles Fillmore liked to say. And finally, we say thank you for one another, for this beloved community so committed to making a difference in the world, to being that change that we wish to see, to be centered in love not only here, but wherever we go. And so it is. Amen. So please stand. Together, may the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to hurt, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Divine Spirit. And our opening song this morning is a traditional favorite, Christ the Lord is risen today. Let's sing it out, Louise.
Christ the Lord is risen today. Alleluia. Sons of men and angels say, Alleluia. Raise your joys and triumphs high. Alleluia. Sing ye heavens and earth reply. Alleluia.
Mennonite grandmother would be so happy. Let's share together in our vision. Centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. And our mission wherever we go, even the Capitol steps yesterday, we provide a welcoming community that inspires and encourages all who gather here through the teaching, sharing, and practice of universal spiritual principles. And so one of the ways that I'm going to try to step up here. There we go, I have just enough room. One of the ways we practice is to honor wherever you are on your hugging journey. So if you want to hug, this tells us we're allowed to hug you. If you're more comfortable with the handshake, we will respect that. And if you want us to leave you completely alone at this time, we totally understand, and we will respect whatever bubble you create about yourself. Have a great time.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird.
Okay.
Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for the singing, fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first to fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. We hope you will join us. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Morning has Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden's soft play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world.
That was beautiful. Yay. So a couple of announcements. Our prayer chaplains for today are Lisa Beckford, Sherry Fries, and Lisa. So we have a couple of brief announcements for today. Our prayer chaplains are Lisa Beckdole, Sherry Fries, and Holly Dietz. And you know them by the stoles they wear. So they will be holding sacred, joyous space for us today during our service, and they will also be available on that side of the sanctuary after the service if anyone would like one-on-one prayer. If this is your first time here today, welcome. We are delighted to welcome you to this beloved community. Normally, we have a full fellowship downstairs because where two or more are gathered, we eat. Yeah, whatever, it's food. But because it's Easter and most of us are rushing home to prepare an Easter meal, today we have coffee and hot water for tea and cake, if anyone would like to come down and just visit for a few. Yes, cake, I know, I saw that. Yeah, okay, I know you boys are always into the cake. All right, so you are welcome to join us downstairs in our Holy Grounds Cafe. We are still running our silent auction. The items up for bid are in the Rose Room. Kathy and I are doing our best to keep up with the bids, so they are going out on Monday mornings with a designated email, and then we're also dropping them into the Wednesday email, and if anything comes in between Monday and Wednesday, we're even trying to update that. So we're trying to give you the highest bid on any of the items in the silent auction, and the winners will be announced at our party, our 25th anniversary party on May 3rd, and you do not have to be present to win. So you can bid online even if you're not going to be there. We have 2 classes coming up. Gwen's class, Unclobber, starts on Thursday, May 8th. It runs for 6 weeks. It's going to be excellent. I highly recommend it. And then I've had several requests to teach again the energy of money, mastering life's energies kind of mushed together that I've created. It's been several years, and a bunch of folks have asked if I would do that again. So I'm going to be doing that on Wednesdays starting what would be the 7th or the 14th of May. I'll let you know. It's one of those Wednesdays, the beginning of May. So just so Gwen and I are not in conflict, you can take one or both, and we would love to have you. So I'm looking around to make sure that I did not miss anything. And Miss Becky, if you would like to read the daily word.
Good morning. Happy Easter. The word for today is new life. Easter calls me to new life. Easter is the dawning of hope and the promise of resurrection and new life. Today, I celebrate the victory of divine love, new life, and the resilience of my overcoming nature. Everything is made new through the dynamic power and glory of the Christ within me. I am freed from fear and limitation. I release them into the radiant light of the risen Christ. I am lifted up with the resurrection of Easter into a new awareness of life. My heart and soul are transformed by the living spiritual truth that nothing is impossible with God. My heart feels full as I embrace the power and grace of this new life. The message of Easter blesses me today and throughout all the seasons of renewal. I rise in the knowledge that life never ends. As I celebrate the glory of Easter, Christ in me is risen. And from John 11:25, I am the resurrection and the life.
I am home, my family is here. I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I'm lifted up in prayer.
Where we consciously enter into an attitude of prayer. In Unity, we believe that every thought, every word, every action is an act of prayer. And so at this time, we bring a mindfulness to that belief. So if you're comfortable, close your eyes and take another nice big deep breath. For to breathe in is literally to inspire, root of inspiration. So when we take time to be still, when we take time to breathe mindfully, when we take time to go within, we open ourselves to divine inspiration. We free our minds from clutter. We soften our heart, letting go of any hardness. We bless the muffler that truck needs. And we simply be for a moment. We open our hearts, we open our minds, willing and eager to receive any guidance, any divine ideas that help us to move into that new life that we just heard about. That uplifts and encourages us to let go of what no longer works for us, to let it gently pass away. Let it have its own Good Friday. And then we move gently into the Saturday of the tomb, where all is quiet. A death has occurred, but new life is yet to be. And we are in that sweet place of not knowing, of trusting and surrendering to what is to come. And now here we are on Sunday, celebrating that new life, so full of richness and possibility. And so, as always, during this time, we invite you, if you are experiencing any challenge in your life, in whatever form that challenge is appearing, that you place it gently and silently into this energy of love and wisdom and comfort and courage and strength. And allow that energy to infuse whatever your challenge may be. Allow that energy to shift it from a problem to a possibility, from an obstacle to an opportunity. Let that energy fill you up. And know that you are loved and you are enough. And if you are experiencing any cause for joy, and I hope you are this morning, spread that joy through that golden web that we visualize that connects us all one to another. Spread it like environmentally safe glitter so that we can all shine from within with the joy you are bringing. And as always, we remember that together or apart, we are forever connected at the heart. And so it is. Namaste.
The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. You are beautiful. You are whole. You are beautiful. You are whole. Far beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there when the soul lies down in that grass. The world is too full to talk about ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make is a field, I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. Far beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field, I'll meet you there.
That one always gets me. That was gorgeous. Whew. So, it's Easter morning. It is also the final Sunday in our 7-week series that we have been enjoying, based on Peter Boland's The Seven Stone Path, an everyday journey to wisdom. And Peter does an excellent job at the end, so we're going to begin today at the end of the book, doing a brief 1-paragraph summary of each of the stones. And so I want to share that just so that we can remember 7 weeks ago when we started with acceptance and how we got here today. So, wisdom as acceptance. Wisdom begins with acceptance of what is. Acceptance is the decision to stop resisting current conditions. When we move out of resistance and into acceptance, when we unclench our hearts and minds and fists, the foundation for right action is established, and doors open through which wisdom can begin moving in and out of our lives. Without this first essential step, none of the other steps are possible. And then we moved into wisdom as surrender. If acceptance means acknowledging the river is flowing, surrender means falling in. The last remnants of our resistance wash away, leaving us in a state of readiness unlike anything we have ever experienced before. By relinquishing strident seeking and combative assertions, we leave room for wider and deeper awareness. So now that we're in the river, we are flowing into wisdom as engagement. Now that we have deepened into the consciousness of acceptance and surrender, we are ready to stand tall and engage with the world in the field of action without attachment to outcomes. And the people breathed. Here we engage in action not as a personal act, but as an act of service. We acknowledge that real transformation on the individual level as well as globally cannot occur without conscious, vigorous, compassionate action. And then we learned that even as we were engaging, we needed to embrace wisdom as allowance. So we've accepted current conditions, we've surrendered the ego to our larger purpose, and we've engaged with life in the field of action. Now we move into deeper accord with the generative intelligence of the universe. We could call that God. Through allowance. Allowance means aligning, cooperating, and co-creating at the deepest level with the energies already moving around us. We embrace the paradox of action in the midst of inaction, mastering the practice of creating creative, letting be. And then we gratefully got to the wisdom as enjoyment, because the first 4 steps took a lot of work. When the first 4 steps are in full practice, we move into enjoyment, making peace with the material world and genuinely embracing the beauty and the pleasure of life through laughter and aesthetic rapture. Isn't that a wonderful phrase? We continue to emerge from our egoic shell and enter the wider world. We are at play in the field of forms without attachment to any of them. Sounds like the field we just heard about, doesn't it? And then we flowed into wisdom as love last week on Palm Sunday. As we learn to embody the first 5 steps, we fall in love with the world in a new and vitalizing way. Without ownership or ego, we allow our hearts to open and lead us into a direct experience of the mystery beyond all thought, present within all things. Here we experience the collapse of the apparent conflict between egoism and altruism. We become ardent and skillful caretakers of ourselves and others. And so here's the introduction to today, wisdom as integration. In the end, it all comes together. No longer torn by paradoxes, bound by rules, or confined to doctrines, we transcend all dualities and emerge in a field of pure awareness characterized by serenity and loving kindness. We recognize that the world's religions and wisdom traditions are all viable maps to this experiential awareness, a mode of consciousness bound by none of them. We return to childlike simplicity and humbly show up in our own lives unburdened, willing, and joyfully alert. By artfully embodying all 7 stages, we have transcended conflicts and unified dichotomies into a seamless whole beyond the reach of the conceptual mind, which is forever reliant on dualistic thought systems predicated on opposition and conflict. We have not achieved wisdom, we have become wisdom. So there, in a nutshell, has been our Lenten season, and I think it's so perfect that integration, wisdom as integration, falls on Easter Sunday, because as we've heard, this wisdom integrates all the other stones that have come before, as we just heard. And I believe that it demonstrates the power of Easter, the power of being willing to die to the old and be born again to the new, to rise again from the ashes, to get off the cross. In one of my previous ministries, one of our music directors wrote a song called "Get Off the Cross, We Need the Wood." I might have to look that one up, Janie, and go back to Scott and say, can I have the... It would definitely be a Jody song, and I'm sure Scott would share it with us. But yeah, get off the cross. Release what isn't ours to hold on to, and even more importantly, to release who we're not to be, so we can claim who we are. So yesterday on our Unity of Palmyra Facebook page, I posted a quote by Paulo Coelho, and I'm sure just massacred the pronunciation of that name, but he said, maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything, maybe it's about unbecoming everything that really isn't you, so you can be who you were meant to be in the first place. And isn't it great that our kids get to hear this message? It may save them years of therapy. That many of us, not to say anything about taking business away from our resident therapists, I'm just saying, wouldn't that be great? So there's another section that I just loved, And this is a quote from the Tao Te Ching. It says, near the end of the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu distills his profound and nuanced teachings down to 3 words: simplicity, patience, and compassion. This is Lao Tzu. Some say that my teaching is nonsense. Others call it lofty but impractical. But to those who have looked inside themselves, this nonsense makes perfect sense. And to those who put it into practice, this loftiness has roots that go deep. I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. Simple in actions and in thoughts, you return to the source of being. Patient with both friends and enemies, you accord with the way things are. Doesn't that sound like wisdom as acceptance? And compassionate toward yourself, you reconcile all beings in the world. Then Peter makes this observation. He says, simplicity means moving past the notion that life is a struggle and instead embodying the consciousness of peace. So how many of us would like to move past a life full of struggle? A little enthusiasm would be good, but don't we get attached to our struggle? Yeah. You know, this is why I love having kids in the service. I just have to say that. Yeah, I don't know many kids that are attached to their struggle, but gosh, us grown-ups sure can be, right? We let it define us. We let it define us. I think Lao Tzu had something here. Patience means learning how to wait and making peace with incompletion. Oh, that one hits really hard, doesn't it? Like when we die, there will be unanswered emails in our box. Compassion means allowing the boundaries between everyone and everything to become porous, making empathy the platform upon which we build our lives together. In this state, contradictions no longer vex us because we see them as necessary stages in a dialectical unfolding. I really love it when Peter uses big words that I have to Google to find out what they are. Through the eyes of the wisdom of integration, we see the unification of all oppositions. So when I read that part about simplicity, I was reminded of the beginner's mind. Right, this is a Buddhist concept, and it's been said that in the expert's mind, there are few possibilities, but in the beginner's mind, there are many. So when we embody that wisdom of integration, we move into a place of being willing and able to hold lightly what we know or what we think we know. And we hold lightly who we are or who we think we are, who we think everyone else is. We become willing to not know, to be so exquisitely open. And we recognize that there are many paths up the mountain, or as he quoted, many paths to the summit. So normally when I share that quote, I'm referring to different faith traditions, but it takes on a deeper and higher or wider, pick your metaphor, meaning when we're talking about the wisdom of integration, because it isn't just about your faith or lack thereof, right? Some of my favorite people in the world are humanists, right? They don't need to believe in God to be good people, right? There are many ways to live our lives. There are many ways that we show up in human form. There are many brains that show up in human form. There are many bodies that show up in human form. They all deserve to be here, and they all deserve to be celebrated and loved and supported. Just a different twist on there are many paths to the summit. So there are many, many ways to be on the journey, that we are all taking each of them just the way they're supposed to be in their own unique way. And so as we embrace the wisdom as integration, we know that ours is not to judge or to question, but to practice simplicity and patience and compassion. Now, anybody who's here regularly knows that I just love little baby Jesus. Somebody asked what my path was. I said, well, I guess I would say that I am a Jesus-loving humanist if I had to put a label on it, right? And yes, there's a little bit of paradox in there, and that's okay. He exemplified these qualities. He taught us that the spirit of the law is more important than the letter, and that by overcomplicating things, we do more harm than good. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, read Deuteronomy, okay? Seriously, right? He was patient, especially with those disciples, right? I mean, seriously, I read a book one time that called them the 12 dolts. It's like, you're literally sitting at the feet of the master and you're not getting it, right? They would ask him questions like, well, when we get to heaven, who gets to sit closest to you, Jesus? And he's like, really? Like, have you heard a word I have said? But he was patient with those who struggled to understand the revolutionary ideas of love and forgiveness and compassion that he taught. He met everyone where they were. He didn't force them to be where he was. And he was compassionate. He embraced those that society rejected. He broke boundaries. He stood up to those who he experienced as being hypocritical or cruel. He turned over tables for Pete's sake. To quote Peter, empathy was the platform that he built his life on. And so that's what we celebrate today, what Jesus taught and the example that he set for us. It's much easier to worship him than to follow him. And we are here to follow him and his example. Okay, this just popped into my brain, so I must be supposed to say it. So we were getting set up for the protest yesterday, and we were down. We'd brought some bottles of water, and there was a woman who kind of wandered in and sat down, and I picked up on the energy right away that she was part of the homeless community in Harrisburg, and also pretty clearly had some mental illness, and she just wanted to sit in the steps and eat her sandwich, which was fine. And then she asked a woman who was standing there if she could have some of her water, and I was standing, and so the woman just handed her water, and I said, well, here, wait a second, I'll get you a fresh water. But in the meantime, the woman who was sitting on the steps had gotten frightened of the people around her and said, leave me alone. And so I got the water out of the cooler, and I walked over, and I looked her right in the eyes, and I said, this is your own water. And she looked right in my eyes and said very quietly, no belligerence, thank you so much. She drank her water, she ate her sandwich, and then she wandered off. I could feel the energy of some of the people around me, and they were uneasy because they're not as familiar with that community as I am. And I knew she was harmless. And I knew she didn't have control over her outburst. And I also knew how grateful she was for that bottle of water. Jesus wasn't afraid of people like that. Jesus served people like that. And it's something we need to learn. 10 years ago, I would have been frightened of that woman. Yesterday, I wasn't. We learn it and we practice it. Empathy is the platform we want to build our lives on. So, I'm going to give Peter the last word, because after all, he did write the book. So in his book, Contemplation in a World of Action, Trappist monk, author, and theologian Thomas Merton worked hard to integrate his Christian mysticism with the mysticism of the Indian traditions, especially Buddhism. His interfaith dialogue with Buddhist monks left an indelible mark on the field of world religions and on the Roman Catholic Church, and in some schools not very popular. Merton embodied integration and expressed it in powerful ways. For Merton, the wisdom of integration means emptying out and moving from the busy mind with its endless conceptual attachments toward an openness, serenity, and freedom. This shift shatters our provincial notions of self and dissolves our boundaries. Oneness is no longer a poetic ideal. We love to talk about it, right? It is a lived reality. Integrated wisdom means embodying the consciousness of loving kindness for all sentient beings, each with their own limited and limiting perspective and tiny but delicious slice of the pie. We accept what is. We surrender to life with all of its contradictions. We engage bravely and humbly in the field of action. We allow ourselves to align with the energies around us, and we work cooperatively for the greater good. We enjoy the beauty of our lives, the beauty of the world, and the beauty of one another. We love without fear, ownership, or control. And we integrate all of these stages into a final state of wholeness that is perfect in its imperfection, harmonious in its disharmony, and rhythmic in its arrhythmia. All is well. There is nothing we need, and there is nothing we lack. We see our problems as opportunities. Does this sound familiar? We show up ready and unafraid. We take on the work that is ours to do without arrogance or groveling. We sing our song, we tell our story, we carve our place, and we stand tall in the middle of the field where we are planted. We say, I am just one, but together we are many, and together we embody the collective wisdom of the sacred source in our hearts. Let us encourage each other to be bold. Let us lift those who have lost their strength, and when the time comes, let us allow ourselves to be lifted. We did not create this world, but we must learn how to live in it. Philosophy, the love of wisdom, must be at the core of everything we do. We turn to the ancient masters of all the world's wisdom traditions for guidance and inspiration. We study the art, religion, philosophy, science, and mythology of our ancestors, and we support the artists among us who cast the ancient archetypes into ever new forms. The word universe literally means one song. There is only one song, and we are all singing it. No matter who you are, let your voice be heard. Let your voice take its rightful place in the music of the spheres. When you speak out lovingly, humbly, and authentically, you are as much the voice of God as any prophet, any Buddha, or any angel. When you dare to sing out in your own uniquely powerful voice, you will hear the music of your own infinite value, and you will feel the uncluttered simplicity of your authentic being. Others will hear your voice, and it will inspire them to find their own. Who are you to impoverish the one song by your absence? Can that man close a book or what? So we're going to have a brief meditation, and then we're going to participate in our annual flower cross ceremony. For those of you who are new to this little ritual that we've created, I'm going to lead you in a brief meditation, and then Janie and the Pips are going to sing day by day, right? And so when you hear Janie start to sing, that is your cue that you may come up, take a flower, and you'll know what the flower means. It's included in the meditation, all right? You're going to take a flower and then go back to your seat. And please do, whenever you feel inspired, please do join the musicians in the singing of Day by Day, all right? So, everybody, let's take another nice big deep breath together. Oh, breathing in community is so powerful. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes, I invite you to close them gently. As we simply take in all of these beautiful words, all of these beautiful aspects of wisdom, all of the readings, all of the quotes, all of the songs, we let them flow through us, appreciating them, absorbing them, taking in what resonates, letting go of what doesn't. And then we let it all go. We let go of the words. We let go of the concepts. We quiet our busy mind. And we shift into a subtler awareness. We enter into that field that we heard about so beautifully, where words aren't necessary. In fact, where words get in the way. And so for just a moment, we allow ourselves to simply be. Be who you are in all of your magnificent glory. Not who you think you should be, not who you were told to be, but who you truly are. An incredible spiritual being having a wonderful human experience. Allow the energy of that person to fill you up to overflowing. And then silently to yourself, tell that person how much you love them. Tell them how amazing you are. Tell them that you are love personified. And so as we are led in our meditation song, the flower that you take off the cross this morning is going to represent that amazing, magnificent being that you are.
Day by day, day by day, oh dear Lord, three things I pray. See thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly. day by day, day by day. Oh dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day. Day by day, day by day. Oh dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day. Day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, day by day, love thee more dearly, day by day, follow thee more nearly, day by day. Day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, day by day, love thee more dearly, day by day, follow thee more nearly, day by day. Day by day, day by day. Oh dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day. Day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh dear Lord, three things I pray: see thee more clearly, day by day, love thee more dearly, day by day, follow thee more nearly, day by day. Day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day. Day by day, day by day. Oh dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day. by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray. To see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray, things I pray, to see thee more clearly, day by day, love thee more dearly, day by day, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray. See thee more clearly, love thee more nearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray, I pray, to see thee more clearly, day by day, love thee more dearly, day by day, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, by day, by day, by day.
Wow. You rock, Unity of Palmyra. I wanted us to do it more because I just love the drums. I just couldn't stop the. Jody didn't get to show off today at the end of Hugs and Handshakes like she usually does to get you all back in your seats. So you may have a seat. So we long ago stopped passing the basket here. If you want to make a donation in paper, it's right back there. In fact, Ken is standing right beside Vanna. Would you like to? Okay, there we go. And many of our members just give electronically, which is super easy, and we're also incredibly grateful for. And I do want to give you an update on our Extra Give campaign. We are over $1,500, so we have met our match, and we will be receiving another $1,000 this week. So, yep. So we are going to keep it up until we reach our goal. So if you want us to stop talking about it, then we'll reach the goal. And there you go. And our updates are back there. Kathy and I have so much fun peeling the eggs off the numbers as we go up there. So thank you so much for your continued generosity and the giving of your time, your talent, and your treasure to this beloved community. The work we do is so important in the world today. So thank you. Bless you.
One power, one power, one power. There is one power, one power, one power. There's one power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. Only one power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as a love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Bacahula, angels' wings on heaven's door. But whatever name you call it, it's still one power, can't you see? It's the power of the Lord in you and me. One power, one power, one power. We speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is woefully dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And we'll remember when we close our eyes and see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem, or heaven's door. It's Mohammed, it's your mind, it's your solar, it's your sign, it's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth, or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's still one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. Oh, it's the power of the Lord in you and me. One power, one power, one power. Yeah. One power, whoa, whoa. One power, one power. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon, for it's love that is most deep. It's one power. Oh, one power. One power, one we are is one. One power, one power, one power. It's the power of love that is forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me. Whoa, one power, only one.
So stay standing as we share in our unity blessing. I don't think you've ever sung that better, Mr. Lee. All righty, together, and make sure we include all of our friends in the ethers. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in each and every one of you. Together, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
That's very low.
I stand.
Well, some people would appreciate that, but not your minister. So, yeah.
I stand for love. I stand for peace. I stand for joy and for release. For what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope. I stand for you. You know our world is in great pain. She needs our loving care again. But there are those who fail to see what we have done and what we need. There is a cost for every act. And now there is no turning back. We burn a bridge, we bang a drum. It's time to rise, the time has come. To stand for love, to stand for peace, to stand for joy and for release. For what is beautiful and true, to stand for hope, to stand for you. If you're thinking it's not urgent, that we've got more time to kill, if I'm not the one who changed things, then for heaven's sake, who will? So I will move and I will climb that mountain one step at a time. I won't be swayed, I will not stop until we've made it to the top, where we will stand for love and peace. We'll stand for joy and for release. For what is beautiful and true, I'll stand for hope. I'll stand for you. For what is beautiful and true, I stand for hope. I stand for you.
And our closing prayer was inspired by the prayer for protection. As the light of God we shine, as the love of God we embrace, as the power of God we stand in truth, as the presence of God we radiate love. Wherever we are the divine in expression, and all is well with our souls. Go forth and feel that in every cell, that you are awesome and all is well with our souls. Have a very happy Easter. We love you so much. Enjoy whatever carnivore, vegan, or vegetarian your Easter dinner is, and we'll see you next week. Oh, I am off this week, by the way. I forgot to tell you that. What?